Hey, what's going on everyone? BoHD here, and in front of me is a very special device. It's the BlackBerry Priv from AT&T, the very first BlackBerry device in history to run Android. I really think this device will bring a lot of nostalgia to a lot of people. Personally, I haven't used a BlackBerry device for any significant length of time. I've never used one as a daily driver, unfortunately, but I do love Android, and I have used Android extensively. What's interesting is that the BlackBerry Priv is short for BlackBerry Private, but it runs Android, a very modern and elegant OS, but not the most secure OS. BlackBerry has done a lot though to improve the security of Android. I'll leave a link in the description to view all of the security changes and improvements. It's a pretty long list. But enough talk, let's go ahead and open this box. All we need to do is slide off the top of the box and we'll find, first and foremost, an AT&T SIM card sitting right on top. AT&T was kind enough to include an active SIM for me. How nice is that? We will, however, find the AT&T BlackBerry Priv sitting right below that, which I'm going to go ahead and set off to the side for now. Now, BlackBerry didn't skip out on any of the accessories, and AT&T didn't skimp out on the paperwork, that's for sure. Directly below the Priv is an AT&T Quick Start Guide, which is sitting on top of a piece of paper detailing AT&T's transfer program, which will basically sync your contacts and your personal info from one device to another. And that is sitting on top of a piece of paper detailing the BlackBerry Care Protection Plan, which BlackBerry and their partner Warrantech will replace your device for free if you accidentally drop it, spill liquids on it, or if the screen breaks. It's pretty deluxe. As for the accessories, we're getting a little bit closer. The next item in the box is a SIM card ejector tool, which is attached to some more paperwork. You'll find all the info you need about installing your SIM card. So once again, there's a lot of paperwork in this box. The very first accessory in the box below all of the paperwork is the US quick charging wall wart. The second accessory is the micro USB charging cable, and the third accessory is a pair of BlackBerry branded earphones with removable tips. Now, I never use OEM earphones anymore, but it's always nice to see them included in the box. Given the BlackBerry Priv's $700 off contract price, I think they absolutely should be included here. So with that behind us, this is the BlackBerry Priv, the star of the show. The device appears to be very well made and very well thought out. I mean, let's be honest, it sort of has to convince users to invest in BlackBerry in the year 2015, but I say that for several different reasons. The build construction is crafted with metal and it has a grippy rubber texture on the sides and back of the device. Where the metal adds to the durability, the rubber coating adds to the feel in the hand. On the right-hand side of the device, we have a volume up and down button and a dedicated mute button right smack in the middle. On the left-hand side, we have a power sleep on-off button. On the bottom, we have a micro USB port and a 3.5mm headphone jack. And up top, we have a slot for a SIM card and a micro SD card for expandable storage, something that I always like to see in smartphones, especially flagship smartphones. The front of the device features a 5.4-inch QHD AMOLED display and a full QWERTY slide-out keyboard and a 2-megapixel camera sensor and a stereo speaker. There's a lot of stuff on the front of this device. The rear of the device is home to an 18-megapixel camera sensor with optical image stabilization and a 6-element f2.2 aperture. It has a dual-tone flash and that rubberized coating that I talked about earlier. So after taking all of that in, let's go ahead and first talk about the QWERTY keyboard. The BlackBerry Priv is the only flagship smartphone I can think of that features a physical keyboard in the year 2015. And while many people would argue that it's not necessary, it does have some neat tricks to persuade you that, hey, physical keyboards on smartphones aren't totally a bust. First of all, the display slides up with ease to reveal the QWERTY keyboard. The keyboard itself features backlit keys and it's touch enabled, meaning you can actually use the keys the keyboard itself, kind of like a touchscreen or a touchpad, to navigate the device. It's pretty impressive technology if I don't say so myself. Coming from a touch-based keyboard, I can't really type on this physical keyboard to save my life, but hey, it takes practice like anything in life. One thing I really like about this device as a whole is how it's only 9.4mm thick with the physical keyboard, so it's really not too thick at all. The display is also something special. Not only is it a very unusual 5.4-inch display size, but it features a QHD resolution AMOLED display. So it looks very sharp, black colors are very deep and accurate, and when you pick up the device for the very first time, you'll probably think the display is curved. I mean, the display itself isn't curved, but the glass is curved on the edges to add to the Android experience with all of those swipe-in menus found in Android Lollipop and Android Marshmallow. Now that leads me to talk about the performance and the operating system. It's not perfect, but I like to think that BlackBerry left many of the things that made stock Android great and tweaked some of the not so great things. For example, basically all the stock Android icons and animations are present and found on the BlackBerry Priv, but features are added to pre-existing stock Android menus. The app drawer, for example, gives you access to apps in a vertical layout similar to stock Android Marshmallow, and you can search for apps up at the top, but you also have access to widgets with a swipe to the left, and with an additional swipe to the left, you can access shortcuts. And remember the Samsung Galaxy S6 Edge and S6 Edge Plus? Yeah, I know, it was a long time ago. Tech gets outdated so fast now these days. Well, the Priv has kind of stolen the feature that allows you to swipe in from the side of the device to access various information. You have access to events, unread messages, tasks, and favorite contacts. You can also quickly add a contact using the plus icon below, and I really hope BlackBerry adds the ability to add app shortcuts. That would be the icing on the cake. What's also cool is that in the settings you can customize the height of the tab, its transparency, and which side of the screen you'd like it. And of course, with the BlackBerry Priv, you will also find BlackBerry Messenger at the heart of this device. What it is an all-in-one place for your emails, your text messages, and your call logs. It's not exclusive to BlackBerry anymore, so you can go ahead and download it on Android and iOS, but on a BlackBerry device, it just makes sense. Also, if you hold down the home button, you'll have access to Google Now, which is a given, of course, but you have two other shortcuts which you can customize. By default, it's set to BlackBerry Device Search, Google Now, and BlackBerry Messenger, but once again, you can go into the settings and customize these to a pretty fair degree. So as you can see, it looks a lot like stock Android, but there are some heavy customizations here and there where I think it makes sense. The BlackBerry Priv is being powered by a Snapdragon 808 hexa-core processor with 3 GB of RAM. Overall, I would say it runs very, very well. I haven't noticed any slowdown or lag in my limited testing. I can really tell BlackBerry is trying very hard to make the Priv appeal to a wide range of users, from the physical QWERTY keyboard to the on-screen BlackBerry keyboard, and from the near stock Android OS to the useful BlackBerry customizations. There's a lot to like about this device, no matter what kind of user you are. Double tapped awake, the curved glass front, the micro SD card slot, the front-facing stereo speaker, the 18 megapixel camera sensor. These are all going to factor into my review. The price will also factor into my review, of course. The BlackBerry Priv is currently available on AT&T for about $740 off contract, $25 a month with AT&T Next, or about $250 with a 2-year contract. So it's a pretty pricey device. Let me know which features of the BlackBerry Priv you like, and let me know if you would use the physical keyboard in the year 2015. I want to hear your thoughts. With that said, as always, I'm BoHD from PhoneDog.com. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for watching. If you did enjoy this video, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. I will go ahead and see you right back here in the next one. See ya.